Hey, good morning, Wesley. We're so glad that you're joining us here this morning. As part of our Tending and Tilling Stewardship campaign, we wanted to sit down with some of our volunteers that help make this church go. Volunteers that are very important to every ministry, but this one specific volunteer today is very important to my ministry. I would like to introduce everyone to Mr. Mason Scales. Mason, how are you today, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, Chase?
I can't complain this second. So we're going to go through, ask just a couple questions just to kind of see what answers you can possibly provide. So the first question I'll ask, very, very easy one, or at least it should be easier for you than others. How long have you been here at Wesley?
Yeah, it's an easy answer, Chase. I've been at Wesley my whole life, was raised in this church. Well, first off, born in this church, baptized here. My whole life.
Confirmation, the whole 9 yards. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mason's been here a long time. He's served alongside me since he was 13. So it's been a long time since then. So moving into kind of the first question, I would love for you to share some information, kind of how the Lord has nourished your life by being here at Wesley, obviously throughout your whole life.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's a great question. This whole community, the Wesley community, has been so great for me. It's such a welcoming community. They've always accepted me from being that little kid running around to who I am today, fully grown. They'll make sure to tell me that too.
And doesn't stop growing, by the way, just continuing to grow.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the biggest things, being in a loving community that's not willing to quit on you, to see you grow to your potential and who God has created you to be. I just think that's great, and I love, and I'm very thankful that I've had the opportunity to grow up in a place such as this.
Awesome. And from my standpoint, it has been a pleasure to watch you grow up, both physically and spiritually as well. It is such an awesome thing. So with that's your past. Moving into the future, kind of, where would you share where you see God work through Wesley, and ways that you see God work outside of just you?
Yeah, for sure. I think our one place I definitely see God moving is our worship on Sunday mornings. I'm heavily involved in the music aspect of things, and I think you know that.
Just a little.
And I definitely see God moving. It's a different perspective when you get to be able to produce music from this side of the stage and get to see people in that atmosphere worshiping. And I can just thank God for the gifts that He's given me and given our team and stuff like that. I'm very thankful for that's contemporary, but also the traditional side of things as well, for our 8 o'clock and 10:30, because I definitely see God moving through those rooms as well.
Absolutely. I agree. It is, for myself, it is such a filling thing to see people worship. Yeah. And not only that, to see people grow in worship each week. I can pick out individual members and watch them grow over the years, and it's such an awesome thing. It makes you feel fulfilled, right? It makes you feel like you're really doing the tending part of it and kind of seeing what happens. It is such an awesome thing. So as you mentioned, you're involved with the contemporary worship ministry. You're also involved with the AV team and the youth and welcome teams and all sorts of things here at Wesley. What do you say you look forward to in all the ministries that you involve? But specifically, what do you look forward to as Wesley grows?
I look forward to, this is a growth thing. This is like an every Sunday, every day kind of thing. I always look forward just to being in God's presence, being in that atmosphere that sometimes I'm on stage, sometimes I'm not, but wherever I am, I just look forward every time just being in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that Wesley has gotten great at producing, is just this atmosphere for people to worship as God intended them to worship, and them not be ashamed to worship in that kind of environment, but they can kind of let their guard down and be vulnerable in those kind of settings and just come straight to the Father.
Yeah, absolutely. Allow themselves to kind of open up and be a part of it. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. I need just one word, whatever word you can think of. But when you see Wesley Church kind of bearing fruit throughout the coming year, as we begin this tending and tilling process of growing not only in worship, but in children and in youth, what one word comes to mind when you think of bearing fruit here at Wesley?
I would definitely say patience.
Patience.
And the reason I would say that is because we're talking about growing, and for something to grow, it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I think that's a given. But I've seen Wesley is growing as a community, it's growing as a church in many aspects, not just size of or the people that attend, but in all other ways through ministry and stuff like that. And I think a lot of that takes patience. We have to stay in the process of what we're doing, and it doesn't mean that we let our guard down or back down, but we continue with the process. We continue to be devoted. We continue throughout time, and we just continue to have patience.
Yeah.
And we continue to seek the Father throughout that time.
That's great, man. I appreciate you spending some time with me today, even though you were forced to, because you're with me. So, but Mason, it is a pleasure to work with you every single week, every single day, every single Sunday. It is a pleasure to watch you grow as not only a worship leader, but as someone who is behind the scenes and kind of works on that tending and tilling part. So it has been such an amazing experience for me these last 6 years that I've been here, just watching that growth. So, well, church, we again thank you so much for watching this with us, and we look forward to kind of some more of the coming interviews.